Hey, well, actually, we're invading his country right now.
Sure,
But yeah, a bunch of stuff's happened this year. But this one is fucking crazy, dude. This one blows my mind. I listened to that project thing you sent me.
Yeah.
And holy fuck.
It's
just so much.
So real quick, before we dive into all that shit, let's just give a little warning. This is going to be a pretty graphic episode with a lot of shit, and I want to try to get this put onto YouTube, so we will be referring to any sort of schmetophilia is going to be CP. We'll say that they're making CP. But real quick, let's talk about Michael Jackson real quick. Yes, we did an episode on Michael Jackson, and 2 days ago they started posting pictures about him and Epstein. Okay? Yeah. Maybe he fucked a couple kids, but it wasn't any of the kids that we said he did.
Dude, we just said CP, now we say...
Well, all the shit that we said in that episode was factual, so at least in that regard, we know what we said is true.
I don't buy it with all the photos. Just because he took photos of everybody doesn't mean that...
They were the ones.
Yeah, I mean, like, the Chris Tucker one was so fucking random.
He's on a lot.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I only saw one photo. It's him and Ghislaine.
No, he's on. He was like one of the first when Nick Bryant leaked the Little Black Book. That was like the first one to come out. And people were like, "No, it's a different Chris Tucker." But no, it was that Chris Tucker. Like,
that's insane.
Yeah.
Who does it mean? Me.
Chris, put that baby down. Start doing your monologue from Friday.
Dang. Yeah, that's
very good, Chris. Yeah. So I wanted to name this episode John Wayne Faggot, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that and actually get people to watch it.
No.
So it'll be John Wayne GAYce, but the gay will be capitalized.
Okay. All right.
Or no, whatever you want it to be.
So, yeah, just back to
the Delta Project.
John Delta GAYce Project.
Fine.
Faggot. Throw it up again.
You can call John Wayne GAYce John Wayne Faggot. I think that's fair.
That's fair. But no, this whole shit's nuts, and just where it all connects. I know you're going to connect more of it. But I just want to wrap up the Michael Jackson allegations. Just because he took a picture with Epstein doesn't mean he's on that island. Fuck the kids.
Yeah, I think he likes. I remember reading about.
He's probably arguing for the rights of his.
He's probably like, "Hey, I don't like what you're doing here."
All I want to say is that you don't really care about us.
If we know one thing is that he was not a big fan of Jewish people by and large.
Yes.
He had a list of enemies that were all Jewish.
Yes. This is a wild time because I go through a bunch of different thoughts throughout the day, much like most people. But I don't care anymore about like the Jewish people.
Okay, all right. We have to post this one.
No. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
I just don't care for the state of Israel. Like the deep belief that like the people that are not worried about like our country collectively. Mm-hmm. And that's a fair assessment, literally, when I live in this space. Like, you know what I mean? That's all it is. I don't have a disdain for people that put up a menorah in the sense, like, but how do you feel about, like, the people right here that live next to you? How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
That's
I like people, but I think it's fair to say that, like, as an American, you're allowed to be like, I don't give a fuck about any country but America.
Yeah, because if you go over to Italy, they're like, I don't give a fuck about anything but Italy.
Yeah. They're not like, oh no, America! Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Oh, Mamma Mia! Yeah, no, I don't think I really give a fuck. But the fuck. Oh, I did have a funny thought today about like how the NSA and the CIA has been. It's common knowledge now that they've been like recording us through our phone cameras. Right. And I was just thinking about that, how high up that information could get, and if it did find its way to the president, and like the president, you're like protesting, and Trump's like, "Hey, your stroke game's weak. I seen that shit."
That'd be insane, dude. My cameras. I mean, yeah. I just imagine. Like, they're just sitting there laughing at you. Like, look at this fucking guy.
I leave little messages sometimes.
I fucking see you, dude.
I see you too, bro. Watch this. I cross both my eyes. Check this out, CIA. They hate me there, bro.
They're just like,
I'm tormenting them at least 4 times a month. Dude, that was demeaning. I looked up the studies on jacking off so that we could fuck with the biohacker subreddit more. And there was it was about how increasing the amount that you jack off.
Yeah.
Or at least ejaculate per month.
Oh my god.
Is correlated with a 38% reduction in your chance of getting prostate cancer. And the numbers that they used were 21 times a month, which I think is God speaking for you, where it's basically fuck every day but the period.
Yeah.
Not that I'm
and on Sundays.
But yes. but the part that they what they juxtaposed it to, the low number that they did, that when they say this much increase equals 38% decrease in prostate cancer, the number that they gave was ejaculating 4 times a month. And when I read that, it hurt my heart because I was like, but I ejaculate 4 times a month sometimes. So I have got my numbers up. My prostate's doing good.
Nice, dude.
Thank you.
I mean, just trying to keep my prostate healthy. But I think about, there's these anti-jerk-off pages where it's
disgusting people.
Essentially the one with the eggplant. The guy, it's a creepy face. In 14 days, you'll never jerk off again. It's like, what the fuck is this, dude? Learn how to do deep shadow work so you stop touching yourself. And you're like, whoa, who is telling me this?
I think Billy calls it analog beating. Beating caveman style to your thoughts, I think is okay.
It's the way to do it.
I think it's when you get that super dopamine release, because you're not connecting and jacking off the same way your ancestors did. You're hitting the ooga booga to the CIA after watching porn. That's that much brain stimulation one time. You're just not ready for it. You're still a baby boy.
I apologize. I got you chronically addicted to Instagram.
For real, you fucked my life. I'm not joking about that.
So bad.
How long? I went 29
years.
29 years without Instagram.
Yeah.
I went forever and was like, yeah, man, things are okay. And then you're like, you gotta get on Instagram. 2 years of just, I feel like I have dementia now. I feel like I'm getting closer to I'm forgetting things. I can talk to young people a little bit better. Now I know what it means to be big bro or hunk. Great. Thanks, man. That was awesome. I'm still fucking brain rotting myself every day, every time I go to the bathroom.
That is fucking crazy. And it's I have these just moods where I'm not touching shit. I'm not fucking messing. I'm not no gram right now. Mm-hmm. And then once I hop back on, I'm like, dude, all these reels are awesome. That one was fucking it's terrible, but it's awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
That is the only problem is the gram. That's the biggest problem in my life right now is the gram.
Yeah, I think we should probably delete. Once again, shout out One Mode. Listen to them. Billy just left his iPhone behind, or his Droid behind, and now he has a Razor.
Dang,
so I'm curious to see in a year from now what that would be like.
Because
I kind of want to do it. I want this to work, so unfortunately, we might have to keep the gram for a while.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to build our numbies and stuff.
I wanted to switch my main one for that, just so it's already there.
Yeah.
It's already, the people that follow that account follow me anyway.
Yeah. The only thing I'm using it for is sending racist memes.
They came to jiu-jitsu. I'm like, yo, watch your tutorial. Sick. Oh my god.
Still don't do it. I still get to class and I just kick you 5 times. Yo, look at this thing I saw on Instagram, and I just push you down.
I'm like, dude.
There's no technique involved. Yo, what if I did this?
Yeah, for real.
Still don't know what I was doing. Still nothing.
Nah, the only things that literally, when it comes to martial arts techniques, is the striking ones. That the only ones that make sense. I go through jiu-jitsu. I'm like, because you can throw the combo by yourself.
Yeah.
It's hard to go on the ground and do
shadow.
Foot here. Okay, and I lock in. All right.
Yeah, you kind of got to practice it on somebody in order to really feel it and get it. At least where we're at. Maybe if we get super high enough level, we can be downloading the information. Okay, I got it now. Dude,
Leo Moves is fucking savage for that.
That's cool. Yeah, I think that. Okay, so I listened to this. My favorite piece of fitness, anything I've ever found. What is that Becoming the Supple Leopard book from Kelly Starrett, Dr. Kelly Starrett, put respect on the man's name. Super fucking awesome, saved me thousands of dollars from going to the doctor, made my life and body better. I love listening to him because he's like very, very interesting. I forgot where I was going with this. Something. Oh, so he talks about movement archetypes, where it's like you should be able to sit down in a squat. There's like mobility standards that everybody should be able to kind of do, loosely depending on their body type, but mostly just as a human, you should be able to get off the ground. What's great about jiu-jitsu? I can get down on the ground, I can get off the ground. When I'm 90 years old, they're not going to put me in a home because I can have the muscle memory.
You think you're making it to 90?
Look at me.
Nah.
But anyway, so it's like that Leo Moves guy, those movements that he does, I look at those like movement archetypes where it's like, even though it's not quite like something you're used to, they are kind of intuitive movements in your body.
Yeah. And
Kelly Starrett goes as far to say that like there's different movement archetypes. Like one of the things that we've lost now is that everyone's focus is on making gains, whether that be liftings, speed. They're looking for measurable gains in heart rate variability, distance, running, whatever like your goal might be in fitness. But what we're losing along the way are these ancient sport archetypes. So for instance, like the difference between wrestling, basketball, that Leo Moves guy, dance, where like we've stopped focusing on doing these movements that our ancestors have done and that people have been doing forever. Instead, we're sitting all day now, and then we go like, I need to get as measurably better at whatever I'm trying to do as possible. And while that's going on, we lose the art side of it, where it's like, I should be able to do what that Leo Moves guy does. I should be able to move my body like that. That's what our ancestors did.
We need to run through fucking trees and stuff like that. It is nuts. Yeah, we sit down all fucking day. Yeah. For the most part. I mean, you stand because you're a fucking
retard.
Yeah, but, again, back and forth. But no, anyway, let's fucking dive into this shit.
Okay. So tonight we're talking about...
Real quick, hold on. I'm going to take the piss.
Alright, you piss yourself. Fred? Yes, keep ripping. Okay, so tonight we are going to be talking about John Wayne Gacy, and I guarantee you that this is some shit... I mean, you might know if you're in the conspiracy realm, but generally speaking, a lot of people watch, like especially girls will watch true crime, and I think a lot of this pop culture true crime stuff is just coded in lies, where like you'll be a podcaster and it's become fun to just reiterate the crimes of these famous serial killers, and the idea that these serial killers are acting alone and not with the connection to the government, the mob, to multiple mobs is wrong. Like, there's literally countless pieces of evidence that all of these most famous serial killers that you can think of were working with people and the government, and that they did not act alone, and they are part of a network of, we'll say at its like, the most normie answer is that they would be creating these snuff films and CP and all this stuff to fund black budget, CIA stuff. Regardless, I think it's more than that even, because what we'll talk about tonight with the Delta Project, like the Delta Project supplied a third of the country's CP. That's a lot. First of all, it's a crazy thing that you can measure, but kind of waiting for him to get back here. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that if you think that John Wayne Gacy did this shit all on his own, it's like, wow, what a crazy guy. I can't believe he hit those numbers. I think that's fucking bullshit, and we're going to prove that to you tonight. That a lot of these guys, whether it be fucking Dahmer or any of them, like, I'm not saying that serial killers don't exist, but they're definitely, at a minimum, co-opted by the mob and the government to meet certain needs for them. So
I think if you're good at killing, you're
gonna get picked up into the big leagues.
Yeah, for real. It's like, yo, dude, you've been murdering a lot of young boys. That's pretty sick. How'd you like to do it globally?
So
welcome to the big leagues.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, you literally get into the big leagues with this kind of shit. So we're gonna start before we get to John Wayne Gacy. I'm gonna start with this guy named Dean Corll. Now, Dean Corll was they call him the Candyman. One thing I don't like about serial killers is that they get AKAs, not just aliases, but they get like, oh, him, the Candyman. Like, stop giving them fucking cool names. That's enough. They're fucking
Candyman is a cool name?
No, it's disgusting. But it's at least like you get a name. You get
at least it's frightening.
If you called me the Candyman, I'd be like, yeah, that's kind of fun. That's not my name, but thanks, man. It's cool that you gave me an AK. I just like AKAs, basically.
Yeah, brother number one.
Brother number one, exactly. Like,
yeah, no, you got me.
Stop giving them fucking cool names. So anyway, this guy Dean Coral, he owned a candy company.
Real quick, give me a nickname for BB.
No.
All right.
I don't have one right now. I thought I was quick on the draw. Apparently I'm not. At least not right now. We'll see what happens when this on kicks in.
All right.
All right. So Dean Coral, right, the candy man. He owned a candy company. He was in Houston, and at the time he had the largest murder spree in America. So it's supposedly, right? So Dean Coral, what he would do was he was also an electrician. He would pay teens to get him other teenage boys that he would then murder / film / sell to these networks, right? So he was
an electrician?
He was also an electrician.
Did he hired any apprentices?
Probably.
Hey man, go check out that breaker box.
That's literally what. Yeah. Dude, he killed like 30. Like he got charged with 28, but it was like 33 that once they stopped counting.
That's crazy. And the other murders just don't count.
Well, what happened was when they found the rest of them, they kind of just stopped. They kind of stopped connecting them. They the police were like, all right, that's enough. Fuck it, we're not gonna.
They couldn't possibly do this guy again.
So one of the teens that he paid, so he would pay all these teens, right? And one of them was this kid named Elmer Wayne Henley. Another one named like Dean Owen something. I forget, but basically he'd give them $200, which at the time would be like the equivalent of like $1,600 or something like that, to go and lure teens to him, and he would do this too, and then he would murder it and film them, and also like sell them. So let's see here. He paid Elmer Wayne Henley. He told this to him that he was part of a ring that bought and sold boys and sold drugs and snuff films. So like he admitted that to him.
Real quick.
Yes.
What fucking life do you live to where you get approached? It's like, hey, we want you to make murder porn. Like, we want you to keep, like...
That might be a big league. That might be a big league thing. I think part of it is that this guy was sloppy, and I think he was like, they find a piece of shit that'll do this, and they go, do you want to make money doing this and do what you quote unquote love? All right, then do it for us, and you're still doing it for yourself, and then that person can go under. Meanwhile, the network can keep going.
Crazy.
So what happened was eventually Elmer Wayne Henley like brought over a girl, and he's like, I hate girls. He tied them all up, and he was going to kill them, and Elmer Wayne was like, I'll help you kill them if you untie me.
Didn't he say because it's like he brought a girl over because her dad, she was scared of her dad from
being
drunk?
Yes.
That's crazy. Shout out to that documentary, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So that's another thing. Real quick, before we get started, let's get out the shout outs.
We already started, so just
all right. So one of them, that guy was Flesh Simulator. Nice. He has interesting shit. I would like to give that's right. Exactly. I like to give another 2 words, History Homos.
Nice.
Hopefully one day we can pod with them because I actually really enjoy a lot of their stuff. And they read a book called Eye of the Chicken Hawk that talks about this topic in particular. Another one would be this book right here, which we'll get into, called Program to Kill. And then also independent looking shit up on the internet. So, back to the story. Elmer Wayne Henley says, hey, untie me and I'll help you do this. This sick fuck says, okay. Elmer Wayne Henley grabs a gun and shoots him 6 times. Kills Dean Coral. So he goes to jail for this, and originally the murders are going to be pinned on Elmer Wayne Henley. Later on, they were actually attributed to Dean Coral.
Nice.
5 days later, after this happens, the police raid the apartment of a John Norman. Now, John Norman might be one of the worst people I've ever heard of in my entire life. This guy is fucking awful. He has been charged. You go and look up his Wikipedia right now. It's like literally like his profession is like pedophile. It's like it's really bad. It's all he's known for. He fucking had countless, like we're talking like an insane amount of going to jail and getting out really quickly for like fucking an insane amount of kids. It's like it's we'll get into that in a minute. So anyway, John Norman was, I have it right here, an ultra pedo who did it a million times. That's what I wrote down. It wasn't really a million. Could have been close, though. In 1971, he sets up the I.T.C Foundation, which was a network of boys and clients where they could literally pick out of a catalog what boys they wanted. So what he was doing is he was selling boys around the country and the world technically, and make it and buying these snuff films and CP and selling it through a network, right? So he eventually gets raided. Okay, he leaves right after. He leaves. He was in Dallas at the time, in Texas, when this was all going on, and he also owned a house that he owned an apartment that Jack Ruby lived in.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the guy who shot fucking whatever, forgot his name already. Part of the JFK killing, Lee Harvey Oswald. He was also like involved in the mob and
nightclubbing.
Chicago and Texas.
Okay.
So anyway, so when they raid his house, they find, I shit you not, literally, measurably, tons of CP. Like the actual measurement of 2,000 pounds. I think it was like 4 tons of CP. And they also found 30,000 client cards, these like pink index cards that were found with literally the names. Some of them had pictures and the sexual preferences of all of his clients. And in those 30,000, there was around between 50 to 100,000 actual clients on those cards. So when the police picked this up, I shit you not, they were taken by the State Department. You know, the federal institution of the State Department, and they were literally burned by the State Department. The State Department said, wow, there's a lot of pedophile cards you have there with all their information and what they like. Not pertinent. We're going to actually burn that shit right now.
That's insane. You think they actually burned it?
Yes.
Like, you don't think they had copies?
No. I think they literally burned it. They said they did literally burn it. They burnt it. This is the first time.
They said they burnt it? Like
they burnt it. Yeah, they said it was not pertinent to the charges that he was being caught up on. That's another thing too, is that this time around when he gets caught multiple times.
Yeah. But
this time around when he gets caught, it's for a marijuana charge, a fraud charge, a conspiracy to commit sodomy, and
a conspiracy
to commit sodomy.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, it was like he literally bailed out. He got bailed out.
What the fuck? Does it show who bailed him out?
He gets bailed out multiple times.
I know.
One time it does not show. It just says somebody in California.
That's crazy. How the fuck?
Yeah.
You not, like,
he also has money. He had a lot of money. So let's see here. Now, after the State Department burned all those client cards, a Dallas police lieutenant named Harold Hancock testified that the client list had high-ranking politicians and celebrities. He got a weed charge, contributing delinquency to a minor, and conspiracy to commit sodomy. Got bailed out and immediately went to Chicago. Okay. He had more than 20 aliases. I think the one he goes under in Chicago is Steve Gerwood. And when he gets to Chicago, I shit you not, he molested 10 kids, immediately. He gets caught doing that.
He just pulled right into town.
Found the
nearest playground.
Yeah, well, not just that. He also, after he gets out for that one, he goes back and molests 2 kids from a foster care, gets put in, gets out. He keeps on getting put in, gets out, put in, gets out, put in, gets out throughout his life. And we'll get to his end of life here in a minute. But he keeps on going to jail for lighter charges than fucking kids. That's what I have written down. And he literally, while he was in prison, he ran a newsletter called the Hermes Newsletter. And this was a newsletter for pedophiles, basically. And he also changed the I.T.C Foundation to the Delta Project. And
he did all this while he's in prison. Did he have
it's both. It's both. Yes, he did. And we're going to get to him in a second because he's very important.
This fucking blows my... It's like, no one read that shit and was like, hey, dude, no.
Yeah, well, the way that he did... So he did... here's another thing, too. That Hermes newsletter had more than 5,000 recipients and made $300,000 a year.
I don't want to do that, but that's pretty good.
While he's in prison, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I've never touched. We're talking like 70s money, dude. That's like he's making $1 million a year.
He's hitting money spreads.
He's hitting fucking yeah, motherfucker. So anyway, yes, he did have somebody. He's very important, and we will get to him in a moment. So he transitions from that to the Delta Project, and what the Delta Project was supposed to be was a enrichment program for kids to where they would live in these boarding houses.
Did he stay in prison, or like did he get out and then do the Delta Project?
Both. He started.
They look at this news program, they create this newspaper, and they're like, okay, he's definitely not going to fuck kids. Like, he gets arrested again. You've been CFing. And
KFing. Yeah, I don't know what KFC stands for.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I hear what you're saying because the chronology doesn't really make sense.
No, I'm saying it was like no one decided to like. I feel so bad for the people that are good in this world. They're like, hey, why is this? What are we doing here? Like, there's gonna be one person be like, anybody?
So that's the point I'm trying to make is that this doesn't happen without help.
Yeah.
Like you don't just. Oh wow! What a crazy mastermind that he was able to make $300,000 with a pedophile newsletter and the Delta Project while he's in jail and getting out. Like,
so that's what I was going with. So on the Delta Project, he's like, "Hey guys, I know my last idea wasn't the best. I mean, it made money, but like it was too obvious. Now, what if we did it this way?"
So let me go back to what these two things are, and I'm going to continue to go with the timeline. It's a little blurry because he's in jail for some of it, and he's out of jail for some of it, and he does have somebody helping with him.
Yeah.
So the Odyssey Foundation was him having a literal catalog of boys where you could
it just keeps getting more and more discreet.
Yes, where you could if you were part of the Odyssey Foundation, you could pick out of a catalog what boy you want, and they would have them sent to you. And some of them they have writings of them. They also had another guy, Steve Ames, that they were like recording some of this. He was like a music producer, like a famous music producer who was also recording a lot of the CP and snuff films, and like there's writings of them getting like, hey, I want a 14-year-old stiff. Like people were like buying dead kids. People were doing like it's really fucking insane.
Yeah.
So anyway, let me get back to it real quick. Child's okay. So the Delta Project. So what he turns it into is there was going to be in his mind, and like this is the way it was explained, was that there was going to be houses around the country and Canada where they would have boys living in, and that these boys would be under the supervision of a Don. And this is the way that he explains it, like as this is him explaining it as a cool thing to do legally.
Yeah.
But we all know what is actually going on.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, he's running the Delta Project from prison now. Before we get into so now we're going to get into the next person. This is going to lead us into John Wayne Gacy.
Cool. Hold that.
Yes.
So, was it anything political or no? Like the Delta Project, was it for like was it like any political affiliation?
There were according to that police lieutenant, there were high-level politicians that
but I guess what was the movement for? Like, what was
like a chair? Like, I think the way that he disguised it was as like a charitable foundation.
Gotcha. Because right now I'm thinking, I was like, this is probably that young Republican shit that's happening right now.
I don't know what that is, man.
Well, it's not outside the realm of possibility that all these like young political groups I don't give a shit. Turning Point USA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people are following, and they get like one specific person. They start making that micro group. Next, people that are following that group, or next, they're out.
Oh yeah, I think, dude. First of all, don't ever fucking send your kids to any kid enrichment anywhere. Fuck anything that you're not there. Like
the Boy Scouts, dude.
Dude, the Boy Scouts are in this.
Oh,
the Boy Scouts. First of all, he was also a Cub Scout, by the way, John Norman.
That was an Eagle Scout. Never.
Yeah.
Need my dad out of this.
Yeah. So like, literally, there's like specific Cub Scout and Boy Scout troops that were like actually like pipelines for this.
Yeah.
Like specific ones by number. So anyway, so
over to Gacy.
Right. So you mentioned, I don't know how I want to do this. Do I go to John Wayne Gacy or do I go to the guy that's helping him? So, okay.
Go to the guy that's helping him.
Let's go to the guy that's helping him, right. So this guy, Philip Paskey. Philip Paskey lived with John Norman. He shared a P.O. box with John Norman. He was running the Delta Project with John Norman. And he was there the day that John Norman's house got raided, and John Norman went to prison, and he did not. Philip Paskey, he's a known criminal. He had a huge rap sheet, but had never gone to prison. Literally murdered people, had not gone to prison. Cross-dresser. He's going to come up later when we talk about the Franklin scandal.
Throw that last one.
Just saying, like one thing about him that
I like to wear dresses.
Yeah, he was also just a horrible person, a piece of shit, right? So he was the second in command to John Norman, and he helped him run the Delta Project. The Delta Project changes names a couple times too. So it goes from the Odyssey Foundation to the Delta Project to the Creative Corps and MC Publications. So it's all the same thing, but he's running it for him while he's in prison as well, and also outside, right? So he lived with Norman, is even present at his house when he got raided. After killing and raping people, he never went to prison. So the weird thing is that Paskey worked for PDM Contractors, which was literally John Wayne Gacy's company. Yeah. John Wayne Gacy owned a construction company called PDM Contractors that this motherfucker worked for, as well as other murderers, by the way. Like literally, like there's multiple other like murder groups even that had worked for PDM Contractors, and victims had worked for PDM Contractors. So you're telling me that the lead of one of the largest pedophile networks / snuff film creators in the country, producing literally CP by the tons, truckloads, I mean they literally describe it in truckloads, was not only working with the mob, like he was, that's a known fact, he was not only John Wayne Gacy, but Norman was working with the mob as well, and I'm guessing the government too, because those two things are interconnected. So this Philip motherfucker is living with John Norman and working for Philip Paskey, and John Wayne Gacy knows Norman. Like, he brings him up, and he's going to bring him up later too. We're going to talk about that. Philip Paskey had a fucking key to John Wayne Gacy's house. John Wayne Gacy had 12 sets of keys to his house. How many do you got? Exactly. 12. And this motherfucker has one of them?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Insane. So he works for PDM Contractors, and he lived with Gacy. So he lives with the most famous serial killer in American history and the most famous fucking, probably not arguably most famous, but way up there, motherfucker.
CP. That's crazy. So, yeah. But let's be real here. These guys are clearly, I don't care what they've ever connected anything or not, or if they're actually.
They are, yeah.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's clearly, Gacy did not act alone, like at all.
No.
Like, and the fact that they're trying to say it is insane.
When we get into him a second, he says that he didn't. He brings these people up by name. He mentions John Norman by name, Philip Paskey by name. Like, this is common knowledge. That's the thing that fucks me up about all this.
Who's president at this time? This is the 70s or 80s?
This is the 70s. It goes through, Dean Corll was the 50s and 60s, and this goes to the 60s through, I mean, if you want to get with Norman, he the last time he did it was like 2000. So anyway, so Gacy told police that John Norman and Paskey were his accomplices in the murders, and that Norman produced snuff films of the Gacy murders. All these fucking dumb whores doing true crime, why the fuck haven't you mentioned this? Like, you going like, man, he was dressing up like a clown and doing this. This is more important. Like, you should be telling the whole story.
Well, I just don't think people actually focus on all that. And because, again, think about the mainstream media. They only push one specific thing, everybody focuses on it.
Yeah.
And our attention spans are short unless you can read a book or watch it. And if you want to know it. Because some people...
Yeah, I don't even want to know it, honestly.
I was listening when I was driving to work this morning, I was like, well, that sucks.
Yeah. You don't get to it, be like, ooh, got you, motherfucker! Like, they're all dead. Like, there's no, like... It's not, like, there's no closure here. Like, it's still going on now. We're talking about the fucking Epstein shit. Like, it's just hilarious. I think part of it is that we feel so passionate about it, not just because it's wrong and everything like that, but because when you're into conspiracies for a long time and you live through Pizzagate, you live through all this, and having people be like, you're fucking crazy for thinking that any of these large-scale conspiracies would involve the government trafficking kids. And it's like, there's so many of them.
It's all they do.
You can find it. Like
every single day.
Yeah, it's so out in the open, it's fucking insane. There's we're going to have more to talk about wait until we get into the Franklin scandal and Michael Aquino and all this shit.
Well, I got to rip into this
Go ahead.
In-N-Out Burger one.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to get more research on this, but what's up? So just like they have the code words for Pizzagate, and you go through and you look at those emails, and it's like, oh, we had mozzarella sticks, 4 of them, and
$65,000 worth of hot dogs.
Yeah. The fuck?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Black walnuts.
All of them are like, oh no, not the black ones.
Walnut I think it was the code for like black kids.
And they're all like, oh, I can't wait to have In-N-Out. I can't wait to be here at In-N-Out. Like,
yeah.
And because their charity for In-N-Out is something about like being like people being slaves, like slave labor and all that kind of stuff. And
you also have a personal chef. What the fuck are you doing at In-N-Out?
Exactly.
Also, that's where Jose Maxwell was found in that picture of her reading the book. That was at In-N-Out.
Yeah. So with that, and people were commenting, this one specific comment really stuck because again, all it takes is one person to say something like that to make you think. And it's like probably the only, because again, all these politicians are there, probably the only fast food without human meat in it. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. And again, I just thought that was...
The math ain't math.
It definitely made me think, though.
Yeah.
Because again, I mean, what's the how crazy would it be if they were, like, it's not outside the realm of possibility anymore. Anything is fucking possible, and this is what makes me mad about all this shit. It's
whether it's human meat or bioengineered meat, the math of... I watch that Sunday Cool show sometimes, and the math behind... The math behind McDonald's in America alone... The amount of cows that it would take, and keep in mind that like cows are expensive. You sell ribeyes. They don't just take all the meat of one cow and throw it into a fucking burger machine. Like they're using shittier cuts for all this. The amount of cows that it would take to supply the American McDonald's per year would be like 95,000 cows. Where the fuck are you getting 95,000 cows from? For America alone, it's a worldwide company serving 1 billion people.
Yeah,
something's weird. It's not that math don't add up.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. How many people go missing a year?
1. A lot. Yeah. A lot. And I'm sure there's plenty. That's just the numbers that they tell you. Like, who's coming up with these fucking numbers? Do you, like...
I can tell you who's coming up with these numbers.
Yeah. Who?
I can, actually. They know. Yeah. They know what they're doing.
We talked about Laura Silsby, when she went down to Haiti and abducted those kids and got caught, and then she ended up getting
sorry guys.
Yeah, literally hit a what? Literally got caught abducting children in Haiti, and then eventually gets a job working for the software company that does Amber Alert. It's like that's probably to do a little vetting of like which ones are actually getting out, because every time I fucking turn on my phone for an Amber Alert, it's never like help, pedophile ring. It's always like dad took his kid. Like
you're like, no.
There's more than that. Yeah. It couldn't be it's not. I'm sure it's not one every 2 weeks.
Well, exactly. And here's the thing. I think even me though, I get that one. I'm like, I can't do nothing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I haven't gone through a full blown daydream of being like, I see it. I'm like, I wonder. I'm on the highway and I see that plate and I'm like,
put on my sunglasses in slow motion.
And I just I just think about getting right behind it, and making that call,
hitting my car with it, ramming the kid, doing the Vin Diesel style Fast and Furious. Quick, take the wheel! Jumping off my car, punching the bag of fucking glass, ripping the kid out. Fuck you! Putting it in my car, swerving their car off the road, they run into a tank, they blow up, I drive off with the kid directly to a fire station, drop him off. I swear, I'm just a vigilante, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to hurt anybody.
It's no, but just imagine this, like you're right behind it, and you just clip the car and try to swing it. It's on fire. Don't worry, kid, what he loves. You're safe now. But
alright. Let's get back into John Wayne Gacy, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, so John Wayne Gacy He's considered, like, unlike other serial killers because, like, and this is another thing that pisses me off, the Mindhunter series and all that. It's a fun series, but, dude, I don't believe, like, I understand that there are, like, people that are profiling serial killers and stuff like that, but it's like, you're telling me the 3 things that are going to predict a serial killer is pissing the bed, making a fire, and killing an animal? It's like, alright, that's cool, man, but what are you doing with these fucking serial killers? Because apparently there's a lot of them, and you're not out there just catching them all the time. And it's like, oh, they're super evasive. No, I think that you're fucking working with them sometimes. Like, I think that you're at least protecting some of them. I'm not saying that they don't start off as natural-born serial killers or whatever, like, shit happens to them that turns them into serial killers, and they go psycho, but, like, they're at least then co-opted by these malevolent entities inside organized crime and the government.
But I want to know how they choose you. Imagine it's like,
you got what it takes.
You got the starting 5, you know what I mean? It's like, yo.
They probably have seen you.
I like the way you murdered that guy. We saw it. That was sick.
They probably go, do you want to go to jail or do you want to make some money? And then they let you burn out because you're going to go to jail anyway. Then they go, oh man, did you know he killed 33 people? Lock him up. Like, couldn't have been with anybody else.
You got 3 years, all right?
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Yeah. Do what you do.
Yeah.
All right, John Wayne Gacy. Yeah, he was like, he wasn't a conventional guy because he was like a social elite in the Chicago area alone. So
the Democrats.
Ooh, bitch.
Leaving 2 parties. No, dude, I can't. This shit got me fucked up this year from this election. But yeah, I don't need to keep rambling. But yeah, back to Gacy.
So he owned back to KFC, dude. He owned multiple KFC franchises in Iowa.
Kid fucking said it.
That's right. That's what it stands for. Fucking nailed it, dude. I knew we were gonna get there. He owned PDM Contractors, which is what we were just talking about that Philip Paskey worked for, as well as these other serial killers and victims. Yeah, he was a fixture in the Chicago Democratic Party circuit. He was an active member, okay, this is important, of what's called the Junior Chamber of Commerce in the Chicago chapter. Now, this is, they're colloquially called the GAYces, still around. A lot of very famous people have come out of this. Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Nixon, and there's chapters all around America. So like you were saying with the whole, a minute ago with like the young Republicans or whatever the fuck, like, there are a lot of freak motherfuckers that come out of these kind of like political spawning grounds where it's like you get involved in them, you get blackmailed or whatever, and they go.
I think Fuentes is about to run out.
Yeah, no,
his time's coming quick.
Yeah, I think there's something's where there's smoke.
Yeah, I gotta laugh at women propaganda one more time, dude.
Pussy,
dude, he got smacked the fuck up.
So, all right, so
that was not a young Republican thing. That's fine. Anyway.
I'm gonna read a little bit now. I'm gonna get ready on you for a minute. This is gonna be a bit of reading. I'm sorry, but I feel like this is kind of important. I'm going to skip over some of the like murder parts of this because in a lot of these pages it's going to go over like just like kind of like the crimes themselves, and they are connected. And I should read it, but we don't have time for that. So I'm just going to kind of read what I have highlighted here. All right, it's going to be a little bit, so I'm sorry. As a teenager, Gacy worked in Las Vegas both at a mortuary and an ambulance attendant. At the mortuary, it was said that he had a habit of sleeping in the embalming room amongst the corpses. He was fired after some of those corpses were found to have been partially undressed. In the 1960s, John lived in Waterloo, Iowa.
Let me take a peek.
Where he owned several businesses, including 4 restaurants, a clothing design firm, and a motel. That's an important part. During that period in his life, he joined the GAYces and quickly... That's what we were just talking about a second ago. He joined the GAYces and quickly forged a bond with the man who soon became the local chapter president. This particular GAYce chapter was known at the time to be involved in prostitution, pornography, and various other crimes of vice. A local prosecutor identified Gacy's motel, managed by his newfound friend, as the hub of those activities. According to the prosecutor, the motel was a front for a gay and straight prostitution ring. Gacy was in the habit of hiring many young people of both sexes to work at his business. He also reportedly set up what was described as a social club in his basement recreation room, which he kept well stocked with drugs and alcohol to supply the numerous underage guests.
Nice.
What? Get out!
It's like, yo, dude, come down to my basement. I got drugs. And all these young kids, dude.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have fell for it too. I'm like, fucked up now.
I was gonna say a second ago, because there's a moment in here where they talk about, like, oh yeah, he would trick them into putting on handcuffs and pretend he was a clown and a cop. I'm beating the fuck out of John.
I'm not falling for that shit, but you're offering free drugs. I'm gonna
Alright, fine. Yeah,
I'll do it.
but
if you fucking touch me, I swear to God.
He was also said by those who knew him to be, at the time, to control his wife and to openly offer her sexual services to friends and colleagues. One former employee also said,
"Have a cup of tea. Maybe fuck my wife." It's like, I'll take the tea. Thank you.
No, I insist. Fuck my wife. One former employee also said that GAYce always carried a gun.
Baby, here, put this gun on my head and ride this guy's man. Ride this guy is.
On March 11th, 1968, Donald Voorhees Jr., the son of a GAYce and former Iowa State representative, gave a statement to police alleging that GAYce had assaulted and sodomized him. In early May, GAYce was indicted by a grand jury, though no further action was taken for several months. On September 12th, my mom's birthday, John made a court appearance at which he was ordered to submit to a psychiatric examination at the ominously named Psychopathic Hospital of the State University of Iowa. By the way, these are fucking MK Ultra grounds. This is like, these fucking fucked up psychiatric hospitals, for sure, they were doing some weird shit. While in custody there, he spoke freely to investigators of wholesale corruption among the city's elite. He's Epsteining. He talked of gambling, prostitution, pornography, wife swapping, and the corruption and complicity of local police. He supplied the names of numerous GAYces, police personnel, and various other prominent individuals who were involved in criminal enterprises. When brought before a judge, GAYce threw himself at the mercy of the court and entered a guilty plea. Keep in mind, for butt-fucking state representatives, kid. On December
Judge, you want to fuck my wife, please?
Yeah, just like one of my. I have a gun, just saying. Always got it on me. On December 3rd, 1968, he was sentenced to a 10-year term. He served less than 2 of those years.
He's just bumping NBA Youngboy coming out of that.
Bitches love Sosa. He's a Chirac goon. Earning parole June 18, 1970. While in prison, he somehow managed to always have money, cigars, and civilian shirts, all difficult commodities to attain for most prisoners. According to some reports, GAYce received electroshock and aversion therapy while incarcerated to allegedly cure him of his homosexuality. Now it goes into another.
He's just I'm not gay, do it again. I think I'm still thinking.
Fuck my wife.
They shock him. He's like, you guys can still fuck my wife.
You want some drugs in my basement?
Hit him one more time.
So I'm gonna skip past some of this. On January 6, 1978, GAYce was arrested for deviant sexual contact, but the assistant state attorney rejected filing felony charges. 6 months later, GAYce was charged with battery.
I can't file this. I fucked his wife.
No, that's literally that's what a lot of this is. He was literally blackmailing. He owned a fucking motel that he was pimping people out at to fucking state representatives. This is the same shit we talk about over and over. This is Epstein. Just instead, we're like, this is on a different level than what Epstein was doing.
This is what gets me, though, is like when the operations are too big, it's like, are you retarded? Like, it's like a moth to a flame. It's like, this guy, he knows everything I'm doing. He's definitely doing some shady shit. I'm going to get involved. Yeah, no big deal. I did fuck his wife, so.
And a lot of people liked him.
Yeah, they love his wife.
6 months later, he was... Keep in mind, I'm skipping over like multiple other crimes that he's doing in between, which is all pretty much the same shit. So it's insane that it's taken him this long to get another charge.
Yeah.
A 27-year-old man had been picked up and then knocked out with a rag placed over his mouth. He awoke in a park with burns on his face and a bleeding rectum. The man had been picked up from... Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Bleeding rectum. The man had been picked up from the city's gay district. Where GAYce was well-known and widely believed to be a cop. Here's another quick note. Jeffrey Dahmer and John Wayne Gacy both were members at the same... Might have been 2 different time periods, but still the same gay bathhouse where they were picking their victims up. Involved in Chicago crime syndicates that are involved in national crime syndicates that are involved in fucking...
Getting this place still open?
Let's call them. So it's just weird that it's like... Oh, man, because in the Dahmer show, they're like, hey, get the fuck out of here. We're trying to do regular gay shit. Stop doing that. Yeah. And it's like, bro, don't
try to throw
Don't fuck it. Come on, bro. Yeah. Like, you know, if 2 times, bro, you're getting John Wayne Gacy and fucking Jeffrey Dahmer, two of the most famous serial killers in history, I think something's up, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah, they try to throw some shit in there to make people look like...
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, yeah, no, they're fucking totally up to it, too. Where GAYce was well known and widely believed to be a cop. The victim gave police the license number of GAYce's car, and he was soon taken into custody. Several court dates were allowed to pass with no action taken on charges. John Wayne GAYce was, after all, a very well-connected guy. He was served as a lighting commissioner and as a Democratic Party precinct captain. He claimed to have been aide to Chicago Mayor Richard Daley and was known to be friendly terms with Illinois Attorney General William Scott. He also claimed that the local columnist Mike Royko and local TV anchorman Walter Jacobson were good friends of his.
Not the anchorman.
Yeah. So, like, dude, the mayor, the anchorman, the DA, the fucking, like the police, the Democratic Party of Chicago, the GAYces, the mob. Like, his other accomplice, Rossi, was literally the nephew, who also did not go to jail for any of this, also had keys to his house.
Imagine being, like, a terrified, like, 13-year-old boy, and that news anchor guy kicks in, he goes, coming at you live. And it's like, oh, no!
Yeah, and then also, you gotta be the kid to be like, that's the guy that did it. And your parents gotta be like, okay, our kid's crazy. Like, it's fucking insane.
Shut up, this little lying piece of shit.
So
you want me to keep drinking?
If you want me to keep drinking and hitting your mom, you'll shut the fuck up. It's like, this is the time period that these people are living in.
Oh,
fucking awful.
Horrible time, dude.
So he once had his photo taken with the first lady of the president, Rosalind Carter. The image is signed, to John GAYce, best wishes, Rosalind Carter. In the photo, GAYce is wearing a Secret Service S lapel pin, indicating that he'd been given a high-level security clearance for this date. Another hint of GAYce's political connections was provided by his observation made by one of his prosecutors. Two items on GAYce's Chicago police report were blacked out, indicating that they were involved in FBI matters. They're literally redacted from the police. The FBI was like, no, don't look at that. That's not cool. Don't pay attention to that.
Guys, it was a failed experiment. Come on, we all fucked his wife.
John also laid claim to having organized crime connections, which is not surprising given the fine line between politics and organized crime. GAYce claimed not only that himself worked for the syndicate, but also that he was a cousin of a local mob figure, Tony Accardo. Another quick thing is that his like, not Philip Passy, but his other accomplice was the nephew of one of the largest mobsters in Chicago at the time.
See, this is why I don't fuck with the mob in Chicago, dude. Tony Soprano would never allow any of this, dude.
I got bad news, man.
Don't even throw Tony Soprano.
I'm sorry, man.
Get the fuck out.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
Sorry, man. My fault.
Polly Walnuts your ass, dude.
On the night of December 11th, 1978...
Hey, you want to fuck his wife? She's a hula. Nice.
Oh, no, alright, this one's important. On the night of December 11th, 1978, a young man named Rob Priest disappeared. He had last been seen outside the pharmacy...
Where did he go?
I'm going to tell you. Well, actually, I'm not going to tell you. He had last been seen outside the pharmacy where he was then employed, talking to GAYce about a job with his construction company, the same one we were talking about earlier.
Why do you don't leave a pharmacy to go do hard labor? This guy.
So he always had drugs, dude. Part of his PDM contract is they built pharmacies. So, and this is his friend. So the Pice family focused their suspicions on John Wayne GAYce and pharmacy owner Phil Torf, who was evasive when questioned about the boy's disappearance and refused to provide GAYce's address for unexplained reasons. Torf had remained at the pharmacy that night with his friends until 1 a.m, 3 full hours after closing. The Pice family quickly grew angry with the police over the handling of this case, and they began threatening to storm the GAYce house. Dude, that's what they should. That, honestly, big respect.
If only they had Facebook.
We're gonna run up in this motherfucker's house if you don't tell me where my kid is. Can't tell you. That's fucking awesome.
But, dude, imagine if they had Facebook back in the day. You know, they had, like, the storm.
Yes,
Area 51.
Yeah.
Like, yo, we're storming this bitch's
Yeah,
house.
storm GAYce's house. Yeah. And you know what? They should have.
Yeah.
In order to pacify the family and prevent them from acting on their threats of storming his house, police agreed to begin surveillance of John GAYce.
Oh my God!
Aside,
relax. We'll watch him.
they're fucking listening to us, bro. So,
come on.
Assigned to the task was a special Delta unit of the Des Plaines Police. What followed was a surreal game of cat and mouse in which GAYce at all times but joined the surveillance team.
Guys, why does my house look from this angle?
Whining.
Can you see my wife in the window?
We gotta look at a picture of her, see what this bitch look like.
Pull it up. Let me see your phone, I got you. While you read.
Here we go. Oh, motherfucker! No!
There you go.
My wife!
Guys, please, my wife's hot.
Ignore all the porn on there. Okay, so... Okay, yeah. Joining the surveillance team. Okay, what? Turn it away. Turn it away. Let me see that real quick. Fuck. Don't look.
Dude. Bro, relax. It's not that serious. I'm sure Billy will be able to save you if there's any problems. How do you have 982 text messages?
It rolled over on my emails too. I did have like over 100,000, but
that's crazy, you poor guy.
Anyway, so they started the Delta unit, which is kind of hilarious. He invited them into his house, allowed them to ride in his car. At other times, he would drive maniacally around town with the Delta unit in pursuit, reportedly hitting speeds of up to 100 miles per hour, even in school zones. Amazingly, he was never stopped during these escapades, let alone ticketed or arrested. Police also searched GAYce's house, which was said to be meticulously neat. The search yielded a number of interesting items, including a high school ring that belonged to... Oh, let me see. Poor lady, dude. That lady's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
So get this though, dude. So he invites the cops into his house. And here's what they find. Keep in mind, without arresting him. There's boys missing. There's people dying. Right, so what they find is a high school ring that had belonged to one of the missing boys, an Illinois driver's license issued to another missing boy, marijuana, rolling papers, a vast supply of pharmaceuticals, a switchblade knife, a pair of handcuffs, police badges, a hypodermic syringe, numerous items of clothing that were obviously too small for GAYce, a photo lab receipt later traced to Rob Peace, the missing boy that they're literally trying to find right now.
Guys, look, my wife has her tits out.
Oops! An empty brown bottle that had contained chloroform, a blood-stained rag, and a homemade stock. One of the rooms in his house was completely filled with clown pictures.
Ew.
So let me get this straight. The police are like, listen, John, we're sorry, man. This missing boy's family said they were going to storm your house if we didn't take a look. No, come on in, guys. They find the boy's missing. They find multiple missing fucking ring. They find a missing ring. The boy's fucking clothes. Receipts traced to the boy. Fucking clothing that's too small. A literal chloroform, syringes, police badges.
Yeah.
A room full of clown pictures. And go... All right, checks out, man. Bloodstained rag, is that yours? All right, man.
God damn it, John.
It's meticulously neat in here. He even has room for his bloodstained rag.
Yeah, it's so great. He couldn't possibly.
The crawl space underneath the house, where employees were asked to dig trenches.
His wife's got his tits out. Check it out.
Were covered with a layer of lime, useful for hastening the decomposition of bodies. There were nearly 30 of them buried in the shallow graves. More had been dumped into the Des Plaines River, some 65 miles from GAYce's house. Police opted not to arrest GAYce at the time of the search, despite the seemingly incriminating evidence found in his home, and despite the fact that they had received complaints from at least 5 assault victims, 3 in Chicago alone, all alleging of the druggings and torture administered by GAYce. Like, you literally found the evidence.
Yeah.
Like, they just literally were like, yep, checks out, man.
No,
you don't do that without pull, bro.
It sounds like a lot of paperwork today.
Like, I refuse to believe that that's just like, oh, dumb cops. Like, no, bro. Like, they're involved. On the eve of...
Why don't you think they pulled the trigger yet? You think they needed, like... he was clearly, he must have been a fall guy for something. It doesn't matter, like, the bad shit he did. But
He
like,
is the fall guy.
Yeah, they pulled the trigger at the right time for some specific... There's a reason why they let him keep going.
Yeah. Yes. No, so, like, that's what I'm saying is that, like, he's the one who's co-opted by these other bigger groups that are not getting in trouble for this.
Yeah.
Philip Paskey does not get in trouble for this. And John Wayne Gacy is mad about this. When he first gets caught, he's kind of, like, lying and, like, trying to wiggle out of it a little bit and, like, you know, telling half-truths or whatever, but, like, as he lives the rest of his life out in prison, like, he talks about it. There's recordings of him being like, I can't believe fucking Norman and Paskey got away with it and I didn't.
Yeah.
So, on the eve of the winter solstice, Gacy is arrested for the final time, although not on murder charges, but for the possession of marijuana. Listen, you can have a bloodstained rag, but don't you fucking smoke it.
Is that a doobie?
They found weed in his house in rolling papers next to the receipt of the missing boy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, alright, so one of the first questions to police that Gacy asked was, who else do you have in the station? There are others involved. Gacy was then asked if the others were involved directly or indirectly, to which he responded, directly. They participated. Asked who these others might be, he answered simply, my associates. He was also asked where Rob Pice was, to which he answered, I don't know, I didn't transport him. When asked who did, he replied, I can't say. No, although
what's his fault? He should have just been like, "Yo, I'm going down. Fuck all these other people too." That's his problem for trying to keep his mouth.
So yes, that I
Same
agree.
thing with Epstein. He should have just blown the fucking whistle. You're going down. You're going to die
as well.
Yeah.
Bro. What the fuck? Why? That's not just how evil a fucking piece of shit you are. You're that self-centered and a fucking piece of dog shit that you still wouldn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
you're just keeping the most.
Keep in mind, they also have connections in the prison. So if you go to prison, you end up getting butt fuck every day, like because these people have connections in prison. So although Gacy was...
I would kill myself then. But yeah, dude, I'd rather kill myself than...
At least rad.
Yeah.
Although Gacy confessed to being a mass murderer, he actually had very little knowledge of the crimes to which he confessed. He claimed, for instance, that all of the victims were strangled, but forensic evidence showed that at least 13 of them had been suffocated. He provided a map
get real technical now.
Well, I mean, there's like ligature marks versus like holding a bag over somebody's head or like, you know, like...
Well, maybe to his dumbass, he's like, yeah.
True. Okay, let's give the benefit of the doubt on that one. Sorry, John. Gacy was able to recall sketchy details of only 5 of the killings. Of the other 28, he had no memory at all.
Do you think the MK Ultra, do you think they kind of just made him a sleeper agent? They're like, pepperoni. And he's like, I don't know, fucking kid.
I don't know, man. Well, this is the next line, actually, that you say that. He claimed that the murders began in 1974, but then later stated that that the first started in 72. He attributed all of the murders to an alternate personality that he referred to as Jack Hanley.
Yes, I remember this.
So Jack Hanley...
What a stupid name to pick.
What the weird thing is that name never came up in any of the reports, but what they did find was that there was a plainclothes undercover officer for the Chicago police named Jack Hanley. Weird. So one of the surviving victims... We're almost through this. So one of the surviving victims who testified against Gacy had a rather interesting story to tell. Under oath, he told of having met with the police and the assistant state attorney not long after his initial complaint was filed. At the meeting, he was not allowed to sign any complaint against Gacy, and he was bluntly informed that no action was going to be taken.
An assault victim?
Yes.
Hey, dude. Did you fuck his wife? Oh, you didn't?
You can on the way out. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, here's how this is gonna lay out. You're not gonna get anything, but you can't fuck his wife on the way out.
Good.
He's just like, that's all I get? My ass is bleeding.
Okay. Way to be drama queen. All of our asses are bleeding, alright? That's literally... it's probably not far off.
Yeah,
I mean, at this point, what the fuck? They've literally, like... You can't hear all this and go, yeah, it must have been a lone nut, man.
Yep.
Must have not been connected to anything. Just did it on his own.
Doesn't get any bigger than that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, did you hear he was a clown?
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow, bro. Cool, dude. So anyway, here's the last little bit of it. Following the disappearance of one of Gacy's employees, Greg Godsick, John was not questioned by police for a full 3 months. Gothic frustrated parents turned for help to private investigator Anthony Pelicano Jr., a shadowy character who tends to surface in organized crime in Hollywood circles, and who, at this time, is facing, at the time this was written, which I think is like the early 2000s, late 90s, was investigating a claim that was given. I'm sorry, here we go. Let me go back for a second. Hollywood circles. And who is, at the time this is written, is facing a variety of charges in Los Angeles in connection to a case he was working on for actor Steven Seagal.
No.
Yes.
And you're like,
fuck you, Steven Seagal, you piece of shit, dude.
He sucks.
Yeah.
Russia loves him, dude.
He escaped. Like, I don't think he, like, I believe that he was caught up on a fucking pedo charge.
Here in America, Russia?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe for like a SNL party. That might have been what this was.
Oh, shit.
Pelicano never checked out GAYce and later claimed that he had never been given the name by Godsick's parents, who literally hired him, which was an interesting claim given that the primary reason for his hiring by his parents was to investigate the man that the police refused to investigate. That's literally your job.
Yeah.
Pelicano nevertheless maintained that he had never been told that Greg worked at a gas station and not for John GAYce. Godsick was reportedly seen still very much alive after the time of his reported abduction, and was at least one other victim in former GAYce employee John Cizik. In one of those bizarre coincidences that seem to surround the serial killer cases, the Godsick home was burglarized the night before the story of John Wayne Gacy's arrest had hit the airways. The family of the victim, Rick Johnston, was convinced that Rick had been abducted by the Reverend Sun Myung Moon's Unification Church, an organization heavily steeped in mind control and with extensive connection to South Korea's version of the CIA, which was created and trained by our own CIA. Victim John Mowry...
CIA. Oh, you are looking at mind control.
Victim John Mowry, and former Marine, was the second sibling in his family to fall prey to a sadistic killer. Two of them.
Two?
Both brothers. Apart from each other. His sister Judith had been found stabbed to death in her apartment, so three of them. Whole family got. Anyway, guys, like I was saying, shit's fucked, man.
So, the I.T.C, the Delta to the P... What was it?
Creative Core and
Creative Core, now it's Nickelodeon.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And also, a lot of people wrote to John Wayne Gacy. That's what that guy was talking about. Brian Peck, the guy who molested Drake Bell, was pen pals with John Wayne Gacy.
That's insane, dude. Like,
and he was also involved in debt. So that's another thing. There's these other organizations. Like, this is one piece of multiple other organizations that we could do entire episodes about.
The whole child
like
Den. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's they all connected to these very famous cases that are all pop culture things that are limited hangouts. So you go and turn on TV and go, wow, I can't believe that one guy did that. And then you're like, wait, he was involved with all these other organizations that are doing the same thing?
The problem I have now is I feel like the world is so big nowadays with social media. So all this stuff, we weren't aware. It's just why people don't and so that in the era, these people are getting abused and fucked up. They're like, yeah, dude, I'm doing Mad Men style work. I don't fucking care. Your mom can handle this. You're being a pussy for being raped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because who knows what their dads did.
Or their parents are selling them into it.
Yeah, exactly. And the wool has been pulled over now. Everyone sees it. And I think a lot of people are aware. I think everyone just kind of burnt out. There's okay, more kids are getting fucked, but what can I do about it? What can I do about it? Keep talking about it. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but literally, it's true evil. It is true evil. Everyone has a right on this earth to live a good life, to wake up, be in debt like a normal person without getting butt fucked.
That in this book they talk about how the Dutroux affair. I think we talked about it briefly, but they had 300 when this happened in their country, which is also connected to Epstein and everything. When this same sort of thing happened, they had 300,000 people in Brussels storm the street. The whole fire department started to turn their fucking turn the fire hoses on to the politicians outside the fucking like Capitol and shit like that.
Stuff's gonna get real fucking dark here. So I don't want to say real soon because I don't know, but like I feel as if you keep talking about it and you keep staying aware, and like you don't, if you, like, I think it's the power of like manifestation. Like right now, these evil people, they are manifesting a fuck ton, and like they're constantly doing the shadow work to try and make sure their shit works. But I'm telling you, all that stuff will come to an end if the people that want to do right, and if you stay informed, you stay vigilant, like you can help stop a lot of this shit. You can cut out like, if you stop one person, like seriously, if you report one thing for like human trafficking, it might not stop the whole thing, but you might have just saved like 100 kids right there.
So we should get our Zoom shit on, and we should try to get in contact with Nick Bryant. He's the guy who leaked the Little Black Book through Gawker. He wrote the book on the Franklin scandal, which connects to this. And he's doing something called the Epstein Justice Foundation, where he's trying to get basically get a full commission hearing in Congress on all of this with the victims public. Just put more eyes on it, because that seems like one of the things where it's like, have the people fucking make their government work for them to be like, we want to know what the fuck happened. No more redacting, dumb bullshit. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Put that shit out there, dude.
Yeah, it's a brutal world, and we need to know about it anyway.
Yeah.
But like, think about the African Epstein right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm serious, dude.
Unga Bunga Epstein. His last name would not be Epstein.
Yeah. Way something, yeah. But no, again, it's everywhere, dude, and it's never going to end. But we need to snuff it out as much as possible. You know, like truly, like I think people are bred into that kind of shit. I think people are bred into being a piece of
Jeffrey Lady Black, my boss.
Lady Black's yeah. But, 2 clicks, that means the kid's getting,
2 clicks? What? Don't do it again, bro. We'll get demonetized. The AI knows what means. Alright, anyway, this is a horrible way to end the podcast.
No, it's a great way. Just, real quick, dude. Dan Schneider, I'm on to him.
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
Everyone's on to him. But, I mean, we gotta talk about these Disney Nickelodeon kids, because, my God.
That's all. Yeah, we'll go down the Disney rabbit hole eventually.
But on a brighter note, actually, I don't really have much.
Yeah, anyway. What's that positive we can end on? You got your open mic coming up.
Yeah, open mic. I can't wait. January 15th. What are you're the week after?
29th, I believe.
29th? Yeah, sick, dude. Yeah, we need to go. Rolling into, because who knows, we're going to fire it off another episode before the year ends, but no, this was a good year of experimenting with this thing. We want to do it more. But honestly, we can make the time.
Yeah, we're going to. Yeah.
We aiming more, both of us aiming for comedy. We're going to try and hit side splitters, snappers, and stuff like that. I don't want to... I'm not going to say the name, but the guy we met at McCurdy's with...
he was a Jew.
No. Yeah, exactly. But I listened to him a little bit more, and I don't want to hate or anything like that, but I'm like, oh, man, like, cool, that's inspiring, because I know, like, I can do better. I fucking feel so bad for thinking that, because, again, I could bomb, I could have a shitty thing, you know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with ambition.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how great things like this guy's made.
I just feel bad because it's like...
Doesn't mean what he's doing is wrong. Yeah. Doesn't mean... And if you fail, then whatever.
Yeah.
But
going up there and being like... And just... Dude, hearing, like, one corner laugh and having it, like, kind of go across, like, it fucking rocked. That was amazing, dude. Now imagine just going, you fucking suck.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. It's bound to happen. It's the name of the game. But...
it's fun, dude.
I'm seeing other people do...
Yeah.
That I think that we could also do.
It's so much better than fucking waiting on tables, dude.
Oh my god.
It's
so much better than fucking dealing with a bunch of extra all the time. Seriously, it drives me fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, girls suck, bro. Fucking losers.
It's like, oh my god, everything needs feelings, and it's like, that's why I like my boy Mike A. I'm like, yo.
Shout out my gay dude.
Yeah, when he says something, it's like, yo, for real. Like, we had to do a specific task, and like I was deemed for most of this task, and he goes, yo, dude, some of this task that you did was not alright. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he's like, alright, just make sure you clean it up. I'm like, yeah, no problem. But again, it's not like there doesn't need to be a fucking email chain.
He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for real. It's crazy. No, he's not.
I'm saying,
I'm putting it out there on record. My boy Mike hates the shit.
Good, fucking respect my gay dude. Let's get him on here.
Yeah, for real.
We should get our Zoom organized so we can start getting guests like that aren't here.
Yeah. Not in the. Yeah. How the fuck do we? I don't know, dude. So,
We'll figure that
2026, growth for the pod, growth for comedy, and I guess just basic life skills still. I don't fuck, dude. Excel spreadsheet. I don't know shit. You are getting married.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, dude. Your life's fucking over. Sorry, dude.
I'm gonna do mushrooms.
It's not,
I'm having a great time, dude.
I'm gonna go home and I gotta go fuck this guy's wife. I'll be back.
Actually, I have an appointment with John McGee's wife real quick. No, I am actually gonna go have family game night.
Nice. 7:37. We out.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Jamaican supplement people too.
Yeah, Radar Plus.
Radar Plus. Yes, dude. Thank you.
Yep.